lot haters to show off.
All right, guys. Um, Hangout, Champions League Hangout here. This is whoa. I think some. So look, so we're just going to be pretty much reacting to yo Jeffrey, man, you're okay. So we're going to be reacting to what has happened this week. Obviously the draw is going to pop open on Friday. And I think once that thing pops up on Friday, then we can then react to that. But this is just so really the first thing is first. Who here was surprised by what Juventus did? I'll start off with a Mane. Mane. Okay, I don't think his mic is working. So Hazem, were you surprised by what Juve were able to do?
No. I mean, I was one of the only ones who said that they are coming back for sure. Like, this is the Champions League, and this is what they were aiming for this season when they brought in Ronaldo. This is why they got Ronaldo. The whole season is centered around this point.
But then why? Okay, but sorry to stop you, but why did people already say it was over? I mean, were you one of the ones that said it was over?
No, I said the events are coming back. But that's why I wasn't surprised.
I'm going to have to look at the tape because a lot of people said this time was over. A lot of people did.
Check previous Hangout. I was, I think, the only one who said events are coming back. So yeah, I said it, but the point is, Juventus, their whole season is centered around this. So the pressure was huge going into this game, and Allegri knew that he had to make some changes. And the key change that he made perfectly was including Bernardeschi instead of Dybala.
He was huge. He was huge on the pitch.
Bernardeschi, yeah. He was amazing. And obviously Ronaldo showed up, but that's why they got him. And it was a great hat-trick. And Spinazzola, great work on the flanks. And the midfield in general of Juventus were just able to dominate, and whenever they lost possession, immediately reclaiming it.
So but briefly, how much blame do you put on at Atletico? Are there a bunch of bricks or what?
Yes.
I don't think it's Atletico's fault. I think it's more of Juventus being really strong in this game and really tough. It's really tough to beat such a Juventus team and in the Allianz. So I don't think Atletico are too much to blame. Obviously, partly, but this is how they play, and they played like that. They just made some errors, and I think the main thing should be Juventus played really well. Yeah.
Okay. Mane, is your mic working there? Mane. All right, they're working. Jeffrey, is your mic working, bro? Yeah, you have to fix your static, man, because there's a lot of buzzing happening. So, wait, okay, you know what? Basically, I'm gonna have to inject it, and then once you fix your static, little bit for everybody, man. So, what did you think? Juventus, were you surprised by their comeback?
Yes. Actually, how?
No. Wait, Phil, chill. I'll get to you. First of all, I have no idea how you. Actually, I know why you're here. Actually, but we'll get to that. Liverpool, everybody. So yeah, were you surprised by Juve coming back?
Yeah, Atletico didn't look recognizable. I don't know what they were doing out there. Griezmann is. I don't want to hear his name again.
Yep.
I don't want to read his name again.
Yep.
Total wasteman. I was one of the few who said that. Or maybe not few, but one of the people who thought Atletico would go through. But old boy stepped up. I won't say his name, but he stepped up, and they're going through. So definitely surprised though.
What do you think that Atletico did wrong though? Was it their tactics? Was it Griezmann being a loser? Was it specifically?
You're really asking that? They didn't come to play. You saw the game. They didn't come to play at all. Again, I don't know who they were playing on the field. That wasn't Atletico, and if it was, that's a real shame because they didn't show me anything at all the whole game. I don't even know if Griezmann even made a pass in that game. They were just really bad from back to front.
All right, Phil.
Yo, what's up?
First of all, why are you here? Okay, but that's one because you've not been here for about years. So okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
So hope you're well. Juve coming back. Were you surprised by Juventus coming back, and who do you give most of the credits to for their comeback?
Yes, I was surprised because I didn't expect Simone to play like a very defensive team.
No,
I thought that he would try to score at least one goal, but I'm very angry at what he did. Like he shouldn't have played.
But this is where I want to get at. Tell me, Phil, if you can explain to me why. Did they go all the way to Turin to think that they could park the bus for 90 minutes?
I don't know. Like, I don't know why Simone still thinks that football still works. Because like it happened to him, and like he lost so many finals. Like he's been losing so many games by playing that football. He should have went there, and he should have went for at least a goal.
100%.
That goal would have killed Juve mentally. But so arrogant. Like Juve, like don't get me wrong, Ronaldo's good. Like Juventus, like it was a
They
good
played
win.
well.
But
Give them
the
their
same
props. They played
thing-
well. They played well.
I know, but
Don't hate. Don't hate.
I know.
Go, Phil, go.
I'm not hating, but why would you put Morata up front by himself?
Because
he
Costa
had
was
no
suspended,
support.
bro.
I know,
Costa
but
was suspended.
He should have played Griezmann higher up, but like he played him as like a midfielder. You know, like I'm very angry, man. Like
All right.
he
Okay,
basically
cool.
gave away that tie.
All right. Red, thoughts on the Juve game?
Hey, yeah. So, pretty much, I want to just first of all say, Cancelo, this guy's a demon. Him and Alexander Arnold are battling up for best right backs in the world. Ronaldo, I said in the last thing if you remember, ATH, when you asked me about this game, you asked me. I told you it's such a Ronaldo thing to do to show up and score a hat trick. Even though I said Atletico would go through, but man, he actually did it. This guy keeps on doing it over and over and over and over and over. He can't be stopped. Anyways, besides the point, I really feel like one, Costa was missed heavily because Cellini and Bonucci looked very comfortable at the back. There was no antagonizing. Nobody was antagonizing. No one was really pressuring them. Morata's too nice. Also, Morata never scores when he starts. He only scores off the bench. Any Madrid fan that watched him in 2016-17 will agree with me on that. Morata always off the bench is lethal. Second, they missed Felipe Luis because Bernardeschi and Cancelo thrived on the right because there was no Luis to really stop them. Like Juan Fran was just not up to it. Like they were just too much for him, and that's why they were granted all that space.
Okay. So are you saying to me that if Luis was there, Atletico would have won the game or something?
Well, it's they wouldn't have had they guaranteed you wouldn't have had the service that they did. Like, I don't think Juve would have been as comfortable giving all those crosses in because they spammed those crosses. They knew that, look, guys, we have Ronaldo and we have Mandzukic, two big bodies against those midgets in the box. You keep crossing, they're gonna eventually get a goal. Like, it worked. It worked. Mandzukic, like, even though he really didn't do much in the game, his presence in that box helped Ronaldo to be able to get those headers.
Yep.
Because just having those big bodies, and I think that's going to benefit Juve going forward. Just having two players that are lethal in the air. It was just too good. But anyways, of course, I want to give credit Bernardeschi, Cancelo, and of course, man, Ronaldo, Mr. Champions League. Like, yeah.
No, but could I say something?
Wait, Phil.
Okay,
I need to allow everyone to have their piece. So, Saswat's thoughts on the Juve game, briefly.
Yeah,
What's up, Phil?
basically Atletico actually wanted that.
Yo, what's up?
The tactics were so predictable. First of all, the tactics were so predictable. I mean, the only thing that they did on an attacking basis was just play side passes. And Diego Costa was a huge miss. I think this shows because Diego Costa allowed Griezmann to move freely. So he was a huge miss, and Morata is not that kind of. So with the presence of Morata,
So who do you blame the most? Who do you blame the most? Simeone, Griezmann, or
Simeone? Yeah, Simeone has to be blamed because for the tactics and the players. But credit has to be given to Juventus as well. And the one thing that you mentioned in your post-match study is that Atletico have to score a goal in the Turin. They had to score a goal because they did not go for the goal even. That just gave Juventus more confidence in going forward.
Okay.
Basically, Juventus everything for them, and Atletico is just a mess right now.
all right? Okay.
Hey,
All
can
right,
I say something?
all right. Mane, thoughts on the Juve game?
Oh yeah, for me, I thought
Wait,
Atletico.
sorry, very briefly. I'm hearing a child in the background. Whoever has a child in the background, can you please mute yourself? Okay, thank you. Mane, speak.
So for me, when I watched it, is Atleti after the first goal, they didn't seem like they had a response, and especially if you go 1-0 down and it's against a team like Juventus, Ronaldo scored like that. You gotta come back with something, or at least reduce the momentum, or kill the game. Simeone is supposed to be an expert in that, but
Apparently
oftentimes I think he just doesn't know how to. I guess he doesn't know how to coach against Ronaldo, like the heading threat and the threat overall in the box. Maybe they're just their defenders again. I just think
So
Juventus
who do you
had
blame the most? Who deserves the most blame?
I think it's just the whole state of the club. Aleti, I think they just need to start over. But I guess Simeone is their best option. But that's just the story of their life. Every time they face Ronaldo, they just capitulate and they can't hold it. I guess they just don't know how to win. But I guess Cristiano is the opposite. Excellent performance, good goals. Even if the third one was a penalty, but even still, it's an elite performance. But it's not surprising from Atleti. These are the kind of things they usually do. But I was had higher hopes they would surprise me for the first time. But of course,
All right.
they just failed.
All right. Barca, briefly, thoughts on the Juve game?
I don't want to talk about Juve and Atletico. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you. Jujuman, briefly, the briefly, the Juve game. Your thoughts?
Diego Simeone he's a born loser. He's a born loser. I guess some people never learn. Some people never learn. What he did to Lemar is I'll never forgive him. What he's doing to Lemar, I'll never forgive him. I'm telling you. I know everyone thinks Lemar is not good enough, but I think he's very talented.
He's a brick, bro.
No, he's a double-edged. Like, I'll put my neck on the line. He's a very talented player. Simeone is abusing him. This man is not supposed to be playing on the left side. He cannot defend. He's a number 10. He should be playing up top near Morata, behind Morata.
That's fair.
Because he was the only person in that game that it looked like they were good. Like Juventus, Atletico were going forward with Lemar. Like he looked. I didn't think he was as bad. And with Juventus, what's he called? Emery Chan had the game of his life. I don't think I've ever seen Emery Chan. He was amazing. Ronaldo's hand time.
What did he do, Juju? What did he do? Please tell me.
No, he did amazing.
He was the
how was Emery Chan?
No, he wasn't bad, guys.
I don't have any.
Because honestly, I'm not sure what Emery Chan did.
He was good. Only did he play.
Jujuman,
he's here for shock value.
Wait. Guys, chill. Jujuman, I said keep it brief.
Oh yeah. So Emery Chan was amazing. Not only did he play right back, he also was amazing in the midfield. And the other thing with Juventus too is, Ronaldo's hang time. He's like a basketball player. He stays in the air for a long time. And
disgraceful comment.
It's amazing. And then the other, lastly with
I did say brief. I
okay, all right. Lastly with Juventus, I think what is it called? My favorite by Bonucci too was another special mention. He showed like he did make a mistake. He had a great game, Bonucci.
Okay. So, very briefly before we move to the next game, this just a sorry Muntar. Sorry Muntar. Very keep it really brief.
Yeah. Look, first of all, I will completely blame Simeone for this kind of playing style. I hate it. I don't understand. Why they were giving so much space on the wings, because they know that the only possible goals for Juventus to get is through corners, crosses, and all those things. Why they were playing so narrow? And if you see the team, they have. It's not like that. Like they don't have technical midfielders. They have Saul, Koke. They can move the ball. They can hold the ball. Why this guy is playing so pragmatic approach? Even after considering the first goal,
because Simeone doesn't have a flicking offensive freaking plan.
No, but for this game, look, you have players like Lemar. Come on, man, he's inside forward.
He doesn't know how to use him because Simeone doesn't think like an attacking player. He doesn't know how to offensively build a team.
Come on, man. We have witnessed so many times, like in counter attacks, like Lemar. He's shown a great performance, against Madrid as well. In La Liga as well. So no. You have to completely blame Simeone. He literally spoiled this game, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so again, very briefly before we move on to the next game, this is just a one-word answer because I think it depends on how you view the game. If you were to pick that dude of the game, Bernardeschi or Cristiano, I want to know because this will tell me how you look at football. If you had to pick who was the best player in that match, was it Cristiano or was it Bernardeschi? Let me start with Mane.
Yeah, go teams. So Christian.
Your mic.
Yo, I think we lost you there. So did you say Cristiano or Bernardeschi?
Yeah, Cristiano, because he scored.
Hazem.
Cristiano has to be.
Okay. Juju man.
I'll go with Matuidi, Emery Chan, and Pjanic because they're unsung heroes. They're unsung heroes. They were
Yeah,
amazing.
Pjanic was really great.
All right, cool. Okay, Liverpool for everybody.
Kiki. Chiellini.
Okay. Hey, Giorgio. All right. Muntaha.
Of course, man. Cristiano, clutch goals.
All right. Phil.
Ronaldo.
His name is Cristiano, by the way. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
You've already said the name, man. Red.
Go Tiano, go Naldo.
All right. Saswat.
Bernardeschi, but they don't win the match without Cristiano.
Just give me no. So is it Benedeschi or Cristiano? Who?
It's very hard to pick, but yeah, I would pick Bernardeschi.
Damn, son.
Benedeschi. All right. No, seriously, Red. Like, I think, like, are you in Iraq or Baghdad or somewhere? Like, you have to be in a much more quieter place. I'm hearing like a whole war zone there.
Is there noise coming? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
my bad,
like a lot of noise, massive noise. So I always have to mute it. So let's move on to our next game. This is very simple, and I'm going to be releasing a video connected to this game because I don't think this game deserves my time. Because time is very precious in this world, and I'm not going to waste my time giving a post-match analysis for that trash that those clowns did. So this is a very simple thing. What do you think is the proper punishment for Schalke Football Club for the complete disgraceful trash they pulled on Tuesday? Mane.
You can't punish them. They're just victims of the best team in Europe right now. So whoever put Juventus next on the plate, they're getting 5. So whichever team roll the dice. Whichever team faces us next round is out. So it's not Schalke. I mean, they tried 7-0. I mean, it's a decent effort. Chelsea got 6. Remember that. So that 7 is their Chelsea's level, which is it's not bad. It's not a bad effort. So
all right,
Mane.
All right, Mane. Thanks. You've talked. Hazem.
Wait, so what's the question?
What should Schalke's punishment be for conceding 10 goals over 2 legs?
I think it's more Man City being amazing than it's the same thing with Arsenal when they lost 10-2 to Bayern. They should just, I don't know what Schalke need to do. They just need to reevaluate themselves. And I mean, they're 14th in the league. I don't think we're really expecting them to any more from them. They put up a good fight in the first leg, and that was a really horrible second leg. But yeah, I think we expected it, to be honest.
Juju man.
Can you repeat the question? I blanked out a bit.
How should Schalke be punished for their embarrassing performance against Man City?
I think the bigger one is Bundesliga because all the Bundesliga teams were thrashed by EPL fans. I don't want to start an agenda, but I mean they need. I think because there's a law in Bundesliga. I'm not sure if Kadim says this, but where they don't allow outside investors to come and buy the German clubs, but I think they need someone to buy the clubs because the competition is getting away from them, and this might only get worse.
Okay, Liverpool for everybody. Schalke's punishment.
I mean, they came up against the FFP finesse. So I mean, look, no one really even thought they would get this far. I think we should not be so harsh on them. To be all right.
You guys are really nice people, man. Muntaha.
Oh man, hatred, man. Come on, man. These guys shouldn't be allowed to play in Champions League for at least next 5 seasons.
Oh, come on, man. They play City. Relax.
Hey, guys, chill. Let Muntaha finish. Don't interrupt him. Muntaha, please finish.
Yeah. So look, you are literally wasting your position. You know, any other club would have played instead of you. You guys, you're wasting your literally you're wasting the position, man. Come on, man. Like instead of you, any other club such as from Chelsea would have played better than you guys. This is what I see, man.
Chelsea, they lost 6 now.
Hey,
chill, man. What I'm saying to you is Schalke literally wasted that spot, bro. So yeah, 5 seasons, man. Next 5 seasons ban from Chelsea.
Muntaha, thank you, man. That was a beautiful response. Phil, what should the punishments for Schalke be?
I just agree with Fuji man's point. I think it's more based on the league because like the league has been been so bad because like
How is that an excuse?
Dortmund are first in the league and like Bayern have been playing bad.
Bayern are first.
Yeah,
Oh
come
yeah,
on,
Bayern.
get your facts right, man. Come on.
Yeah, true. I guess so. Bayern are first, so like I'll say it's mostly due based on the league. Like the quality dropped.
Oh, okay,
So
so you're blaming it on the league and not the crap that they pulled in the second leg.
I blame it on the league for sure.
All right, Red.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say no. We should have banned Schalke, man, because like in the first leg they actually gave us a game. Second leg, they were just outclassed by teams. Like it was just so bad. Like I'm not gonna defend them. I tried to, and for the people that always criticize me because I was disrespected. We disrespect small teams. Like this is why you disrespect small teams because they come up and show up and do shit like this. Like so 7-0, man. Come on. Like they were even
Bro, wait. Can I say something?
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah, you can't just bash teams like that. Look how much money City spent.
That's not their.
Like you can't just blame them. Like it's a different quality, man. Just
Tell him,
just
Phil.
quality,
Tell him, Phil. Tell
It's
him.
just
Let's move on. Wait, you guys, easy. Red, you need to fix your outside noise because I'm hearing a lot of outside noise from you, man. It's really loud. Saswat, punishments for Schalke, if any.
Yeah, I mean, I don't rate Man City in the Champions League, so it was more humiliating than it looked. So, I mean, you are planning to make a wing in the Brick Academy, right? I mean, they don't even deserve a wing in the Brick Academy. I mean, they deserve to be slept on the ice.
Should they be banned?
Yeah. They should be banned for like at least 2 or 3 years because they lost to City. I mean, the quarterfinal rejects of Champions League.
Okay, guys, we're moving on now. Now, Bayern Munich. That has to rank as one of the worst performances. Whoa. There's a lot of,
Liverpool versus everybody.
Yeah. Liverpool, everybody like that's. There's a lot of thinking noise there, man. Bayern Munich. For all the years I've been watching the Champions League, and I've been watching the Champions League for a long time. For all the years I've been watching the Champions League, that has to be the worst performance from Bayern Munich at their home stadium. They were crap. But as I did mention in my post-match review, we can't just say Liverpool won because Bayern Munich were trash. So let's just give, before we go into specific things like Sadio Mane, Salah, and Bayern Munich, general thoughts on the game. Mane, Bayern against Liverpool.
I think Liverpool really opened up the defense of Bayern, and every time Bayern lost the ball in front of Liverpool's defense or in midfield, Salah and Mane making a lot of combinations. Well, Salah and a lot of their midfield, I think it was Milner was playing, but whoever was playing midfield, Salah was just making a lot of combinations of Liverpool players. What's his name? Trent Alexander-Arnold. So it was just a lot of good movement by Liverpool, and Bayern's defense couldn't hold up the shape, and the midfield as well. It's just been a complaint with Thiago. He doesn't do enough in midfield, and James as well. Playing those two
supports though. Where is Thiago's support?
But he's playing central mid. He's playing central mid. He's supposed to, when Salah and Mane are making those combinations, he's the one that's supposed to be there to stop that gap, because there's usually a big gap between the defense and midfield. There's a huge gap right in the middle of the field every time Liverpool counterattack. So that's basically how they lost the game. But Lewandowski, I mean, another game, another disappearance, did almost nothing.
No, man, easier. I'm going to guess Lewandowski is a separate topic, so don't delve into him too briefly, because I'm going to talk about
overall. But overall, I think I'm not surprised. I thought Liverpool were going to win the tie because they're the much better team. It's become that time where people have to stop talking about Bayern like they're like the Bayern of Guardiola or Heinkes or before that, even Van Gaal. They're not that team anymore. They don't have that strength. They don't have that balance, and frankly, they don't have the players to compete with English. Even PSG will probably beat them, but they can't compete with English teams.
Okay.
So Bayern are not that anymore.
All right, Hazem, thoughts on the game briefly.
Yeah, man, this Bayern team really horrible performance. Zero service to Lewandowski.
Don't say that.
Lewandowski
Don't
needs
say
to
that
leave the
about
shit
service.
team.
Don't say that.
All of them are no. It's true. It's true. How I don't say it. James Rodriguez, nothing. He's going backwards. Every pass he makes is more backwards. He's playing CDM or I don't know.
Okay, so wait, Hasm. So you're saying that Lewandowski didn't have any chances to score? Is that what you're saying?
He had no. He hardly had any chance. Maybe one.
The best player, right? Best player.
So Hasm, in those 90 minutes, there were no chances. There were no instances where Lewandowski had the ball inside the penalty area
Only
where
the
he could have
the
scored.
one-on-one was offside anyway, so that doesn't count. So yeah, other than that, nothing. No service. So that answers the thing. James Rodriguez, nothing. What's his name? Javi Martinez, he wasn't really doing well. Thiago was the only one trying to do something, but also he was getting overrun by Liverpool's midfield. Ribery disappeared. He couldn't get past his man trying to dribble everyone. He can't even get a cross in. The only one trying to get a cross in was Gnabry. He got it once or twice. And yeah, man, the defense didn't do well. In terms of defense, my goodness, Bayern got exposed on that, what's the right side before Rafinha. Rafinha, my goodness, this guy, he literally every time they were going through Rafinha's side. The first Mane goal was through Rafinha's side. I think second goal as well.
That's why he's a brick.
Yeah, he's horrible. He's one of the worst players I've ever seen. So in terms of Liverpool, great performance. Full credit to Liverpool. Midfield immediately reclaiming the ball, not giving Bayern any spaces. Fabinho, when he came in for Henderson, he had a great game. He replaced him perfectly. And Salah, of course, my boy, this guy, great assist and was movements throughout the game, and yeah, great game from Liverpool.
Juju man, thoughts on the game?
Liverpool, I'm impressed by Liverpool. They I think they were the best team in the round of 16. They were really good in this second leg. And what's his name? Sadio Mane has a really good mentality because he like from the beginning of the game he was like you could see he like in the big games he's now creating a record where he's showing up every big game. And with another player that was good for Liverpool. But by the way, I don't care about Bayern. Like I'm not even going to waste my energy talking about them. And another good player for Liverpool is Fabinho, because Fabinho played a centre back, came in and did well in this game. So and what's his name? Alexander Arnold is the best right back in the world. This is not an opinion, Double H. This is just now a fact. Like he was really good. Set piece, yeah. I edge it over Kimmich because he set pieces. Even though they were targeting him, they were targeting him. He still like I know Ribery doesn't have legs, but he still did well. He still did well. His set pieces are really good. And no, not over Kimmich, but he's up there. He's up there.
Okay.
He's up there.
Liverpool for everybody.
Some of y'all are worse than Liverpool fans. Trent Alexander-Arnold is not the best right back in the world.
No, it's my opinion.
Juju man, let him finish, man.
No, not really.
So, like when I say
mean,
something, it's my opinion. You can.
Juju man, let him just.
And that's my opinion. Don't be sensitive. That's my opinion.
No, you're the one that's sensitive.
No, you're the
okay.
Juju man,
let's finish.
Do I have your permission, Juju? It's okay. All right,
no,
so anyway,
I'm not your father. Like.
Oh my god.
Anyway, no, it was a good performance overall. I think the best thing that happened was Henderson going off the pitch. I don't know why he was even in the starting lineup. But again, I don't know why we even have this conversation about Mane and Salah. Mane has continued to show. And I think the Mane on this Hangout said that he asked me who would score in the game. Well, you watch the game, you see Salah didn't score. He played good. But Mane's been the man since the turn of the new year. And he needs a little bit more respect. I think he took it kind of personally that he didn't get the African Player of the Year. And he's definitely showing. He's definitely showing.
He's getting that award next year for sure. He is.
Yeah, he's a beast. So
yeah, 100%.
Shout out to Mane, man. He played his ass off today.
No, he's my guy. Mane is my boy. Munzaha, thoughts on the game?
Hey, Judge, man. For me, first of all, I just want to apologize to all the Liverpool fans the way I disrespected them after playing the,
you weren't the only one. Don't worry about
it. Yeah. So, and one thing I said to one of my, Liverpool friend, Salsworth, and I said to him, if Liverpool defeat Bayern, so they are actually this team, this current squad, is cementing their kind of legacy in this competition. And if you'll observe that, from the last season, the only elite team in my side, they have faced in the final, Real Madrid. And after the whole season, the only elite team this season they face is Bayern, and the results are impressive. For me, look, Liverpool was a great side. People underestimated them. Even their midfield worked really hard, and they were really good at times. And you know what's the most surprising thing for me? I'm quite amazed to see that if you compare the Bayern's midfield with Liverpool midfield, there is no chance, no way. Like Liverpool midfield are that technically better than compared to Bayern.
Yeah.
But they showed up. And
It's by effectiveness, though. It's by effectiveness.
Yeah, you can see that effectiveness. Okay, but like it was a team performance, I think so. And yeah, man, Liverpool was deserving side to go.
All right,
Yeah.
Phil.
Well, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that match, so
Okay,
I can't
thank
really
you.
talk. Yeah.
All right, Red.
Well, I pretty much agree with what Liverpool view everybody said. I wanted to praise Mane, but since you already did that, because for me, Mane's man of the match. It's not even a question. And I just want to say is that like his form in the league obviously translated because he's been doing this for 2 months now, and it just showed up in the big game. But I'm gonna highlight one man, VVD, man, Virgil van Dijk. This guy,
he's the dude. Yeah, he's that dude.
commander, man. Like easily. It's not even questionable now. He is the best center back this season.
Yeah.
Like overall, and and especially I always rate defenders that can score, and he's not tall for nothing. And that header was beautiful, and it was perfect. He headed it down hard. It was impossible for Neuer to get to that. I want to criticize Neuer for the first goal. Why are you off your line? There's 3 players there.
But give credit to Mane, though. Give credit to
no. Credit to Mane. That finish was beautiful. Bottom right, you cannot. Technique is impeccable. But Neuer should have not left his line. Like, if we're going to criticize Buffon last week for what he did, we have to criticize Neuer for that first goal. Because that first goal...
No, Red.
No, it's not the same. It's not
No. I'm stopping you there. No, Red, I'm stopping you there. Are you going to compare what Neuer did to the crap that Buffon pulled?
Yes, I will. I'll tell you why, HH. I'll tell you why. Because look. You have no away goals. You have you're it's 0-0. Why are you coming off your line? There's defenders there. Because once they gave that Liverpool that goal, Liverpool mentally they're settled now. They can play their game. And Bayern have to play catch up and score 2 goals now. And Liverpool, once they scored that equalizer, and even that was a scrappy goal. It was an own goal. Liverpool was still able to score a second and a third. They were just outclassed Bayern on the night. And this is a changing of the guard. Those elite teams that we saw over this past decade, I feel like we're seeing a new brand of teams right now. Like, because Liverpool would just look so much superior to Bayern, and all credit to them. And I have to apologize because last week I didn't believe they would do it because I thought Bayern at the Allianz would be too much for them to win. I thought they might go through on a draw, but no, man, they went through convincingly. Massive respect, and Mane, man of the match, probably VVD close second.
Okay, Satwa.
Yeah, it's basically the most surprising thing that I did not expect from this game was our midfield showing up in both halves, especially not that much in the first half, but still. I actually always thought what Munta actually said. I always thought the Bayern midfield was more superior to that, and the key of winning this tie will be that midfield. And we completely shut down their midfield. Their midfield couldn't even get into our box, create chances, give direct balls to Lewandowski or the wingers. So it was basically hats off to has to be given to Klopp's tactics. The way he shut down that midfield. I think the defense still did well, but the midfield was the main reason why they couldn't create any chances. They only had one shot on target. Defensive masterclass from Van Dijk. I don't know why Robertson got a yellow card in the 92nd minute. He'll miss the first leg, but still, credit where credit is due. I mean, he and their wingers, especially the wingers, did not do anything apart from dribbling and anything. They did not try to create any chances.
Yeah, they were crap. They were crap.
Yeah, they were just too selfish. So yeah, Salah had a better game. But still, Mane is that dude. He has been most of the season. So yeah, it was just a perfect performance, and just Liverpool just cementing themselves as one of the favorites in this Champions League.
All right. I want to look at Lewandowski. So over these 2 legs, should he be inducted? Yes or no? I'll start with Mane. Mane.
Of course, he should be inducted. He should have been inducted for the past 5 years. He's one of the biggest frauds I've ever seen playing. Somebody's supposed to be top 3 center forward. For me, he hasn't been top three for about 5 years. He's nowhere near top three. He's maybe top 10 striker, about eighth or ninth best striker in the world. For me, he just doesn't score enough. He doesn't perform in any. I can't remember the last time he performed in any big game other than scoring a simple tap in, which I don't even think he does properly. Today, he had a great chance from Alaba on the right side. The guy is so slow that he couldn't run fast enough to meet the cross. That just shows the level of pathetic striker he is.
Wow.
And I don't want to hear anything about no service, no service. His movement is not fast enough. Even if you pass it to him, he wouldn't get there. He's very slow. So what is James supposed to do? Somehow figure out a way to dribble fast, past five players to make it easier for Lewandowski right on his foot. I mean, it can't happen like that. The guy
Damn,
just has to.
that
The
that
thing
was pretty brutal, man.
he just people just have to stop overrating players because he scored 4 goals against Real Madrid in
Easy,
2012.
easy, relax. Okay. So if you Class A, Class B, or Class C?
Brick Academy
Yeah.
scholarship.
Whoa.
He should be a scholarship. Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
All right. Okay. All right. Hazem.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Defend your boy.
That's bullshit. He's not top 3 strikers of the past 5. He's top 1. He's the best striker of this generation.
Oh my lord.
Look,
man.
man.
Jesus Christ.
Wash, he didn't show up last year. He should have earned 2 penalties versus Madrid that weren't called clear penalties. Final, yeah.
Okay.
The year before, he took the game to extra time. Yeah. What are you talking about? He scored against PSG. So in terms of this game, come on, man. You can't criticize his movement. Look at the own goal. If not fucking stupid Matip, he should have left it for Lewandowski, but he scored an own goal. Lewandowski was right there, yeah, right behind him, yeah. He would have tapped it in. So movement was perfect in this game. What James didn't do anything, man. What do you mean? What movements does he has he?
You're deflecting. You're deflecting. You're deflecting.
What deflecting from what?
The point. We're not talking about James.
Wait. Finish your point. Because again, everything you're saying is complete crap. But still, I want you to finish your point.
Yeah. So in terms of this game, what do you expect him to do? The whole team is not giving him any service. The wingers are not able to put in good crosses. In the one goal that was the own goal, he was ready to tap it in right behind. So the movement was there. In terms of scoring in Bundesliga, he's been scoring top scorer, either top scorer or second for the past how many years, taking his team to the Bundesliga title. He takes Bayern to the semi-final for how many years? He's this year he's top scorer in Champions League. Yeah, okay, so you can't blame Lewandowski for this loss.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, thank you, Jujuman. Should he be inducted?
With Lewandowski, I don't think we should give him attention. He's an average striker, because you have to earn it. Like, we can't just. This is like Jack Wilshere's performance against Barcelona. He was living off that. Say Lewandowski is living off that 4-0 performance, and I don't think he should be getting any attention, because until you earn it, you have to earn it. And so far, he hasn't done it in the last. It's almost half a decade. This man hasn't done anything. So with Lewandowski, I mean, we shouldn't even mention him. He's just another player.
All right. So wait. Okay. So if you're gonna induct him, scholarship, Class A, Class B, or Class C?
I think it's Class C, because because the goals he scores good goals in Bundesliga, but the Champions League, I mean, his career highlights will be flops in the Champions League. That's the bad part. So Class C because of the goals in Bundesliga.
All right, Liverpool, everybody. I know you're very blunt.
Yeah. So listen, I can't believe people are making excuses for the Polish puke. Look at the stats. Look at the stats and knockout game. No, relax. In knockout games, he doesn't step up. And another thing I noticed today, Matip is one of the softest football players in the world. But every time Matip was physical with him, he didn't want any part of it. So I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this Polish guy. I mean, he totally dropped the bomb today, and it wasn't surprising because again, in knockout competition, he doesn't step up. Simple as that.
Wow, damn, Polish puke. Muntaha.
Yeah, man. Hey, just for me, look, I respect this guy and whatever the achievement he did in the past year, that was great. But if you see in the grand scheme, he should have done better. But come on, man. At the end of the day, this guy is striker. Look, you cannot say that Bayern lost this game just because of Lewandowski. He didn't get the clear-cut two-cut chances. Secondly, yeah. Look, when you compare Champions League stats and the Lewandowski performance, how come people rate Aguero so high? If you see that, if you see that, like Aguero, Kuno Aguero, this guy, like underperform in Champions. In a sense, like for me, he scores 5 goals, 6 goals every season, and that's not enough for him. People look. HH, I'm not denying that. Look, for me, if Lewandowski is getting what do you call, for me, I think so. This guy should get temporary, brick academy status might be, but come on, man, you cannot just blame Lewandowski for this losses because there's so many strikers in the world, man. If you see one of the best strikers, people claim so. Sergio Aguero, where was he last season before that, season before that? Where was he?
Okay, all right. Okay,
Yeah.
Phil.
Oh, hey. Yo.
Lewandowski, should he be inducted in the Brick Academy, or do we think we're being too harsh on Lewandowski?
I think he should because in the past years he hasn't been doing his job. I remember in 2017 versus Real Madrid, he was very bad in both legs, and like Madrid had Nacho, so like he could have at least bodied him, but like Lewandowski was playing soft,
No, first
And,
leg
like,
in 17,
He was really
first
good.
leg Lewandowski was suspended. In first leg, injured.
Oh,
sorry,
okay,
injured.
never mind.
Second leg, he played well.
Okay, I guess. But even this year, like I think the first leg, he was up against Matip and Fabinho, right? Fabinho, and he still couldn't do nothing at Anfield, So like,
Zero
I think
service.
he should. Yeah, I guess, but still, like if you are one of the best number 9s in the world, I think you can still like
The best.
score a goal against that CB partnership,
So
but-
so do you blame him or not? Is he
yeah, I do.
all right?
blame
Okay,
him.
Red.
To me, bro, HH, don't even waste your time. Like, is he even relevant for you to put him in the Brick Academy? Like, come on, HH. Like, over two legs, you can't score one goal. This guy's been eating off that Wolfsburg match and that Madrid match for years, HH.
Yeah,
for
man.
years.
Yep.
And for Montaha, you're comparing Aguero to Lewandowski. At least Aguero has competition in his league where he has to show up and be clutch.
Champions League.
Lewandowski in Bundesliga.
I was just saying.
One second. Let me finish.
Wait, let him land.
Yeah, Lewandowski, he easily walks his league because he's in a much superior team. So he hasn't really showed up in any big games. He only has two big games a year against Dortmund. That's it. And Dortmund have been very, very mediocre over the past years. They haven't been at their best since he left. So for me personally, I don't think waste your time, HH. Don't even make a video about it. Don't even mention him anymore. Like, he's 30, he's done.
Yep.
He's not doing anything anymore.
Yeah.
Irrelevant player.
All right, so that's what.
This is disgrace.
Yeah, I can be
Lewandowski.
all salty I want. I mean, but still, Lewandowski
use your
technically is the best striker of this generation. Technically,
Yeah.
based on skill, he's the best number 9 of this generation.
Best,
but
no, the SAS what? Based on
but
form.
wait,
I don't
wait,
care about technicality.
yeah,
Based on form.
okay. And based on form, this guy has been horrendous, especially in today's game. It was worse than the first leg. In today's game, his movement was off. He was literally being pocketed by Matip every time he went forward with or without the ball. I don't think he had the ball, to be honest, in his feet. So yeah, so basically in both the legs in Champions League, this guy flops in the big games, but still I wouldn't discredit all the things that he has done throughout the years. Based on the current performance, maybe you can induct him in Class C, at worst case Class C, but still the disrespect this guy is getting is still very harsh.
Okay.
But he was horrendous.
One last thing, sorry,
Yeah.
one last thing I want to add. If Lewandowski pulls a Buffon and won't give the striker spot in Poland to Piontek or Milik, I swear to God, like, this guy better move on.
Piontek and Lewandowski will start. Both.
He better put Milik ahead of him.
And the one thing, and the other thing to add is, if Lewandowski doesn't have service, what does Icardi have? Like, Icardi doesn't have service. That's the guy that doesn't have service.
Point. That's a
Candreva,
very good point.
he doesn't have service.
Oh, okay, easy. Okay. Let me bring you. Okay, forward. So Lewandowski should be inducted, yes or no?
I mean, I'm surprised you haven't already inducted him to Class A. I mean, this guy's been a known flop in the Champions League big games. I mean, let's be real. He was brought to Bayern Munich to produce the Champions League, if not win these big games like today. I think it's Real Madrid over the last 4 or 5 years, and he's not produced time and time again. Now, it's not just about he's not getting chances to score. No, let's look at Firmino's performance today and in the first leg. His hold-up play was far superior to that of Lewandowski. His movement was better. Again, Gnabry put the ball on a plate for him twice across the 6-yard box. And maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Lewandowski would have scored. But today, and the first leg, Lewandowski didn't score. He's a proven flop. Boy, I mean, Hazem, you can read out a eulogy for him if you want now, but he's finished. He's not an elite striker anymore. And yeah, Pintuk's definitely better than him right now. So,
all right,
yeah,
so
get him out of there.
So let me land with this. And you see, this is painful because I have been a Lewandowski defender for many years. And people say, no. And I'm saying, nah, this guy's too good. Technically, he's too good. Like, he's too good on the ball, too good with his feet and everything. I gave him a pass for that first leg. I said, you know what? He's going to come good in the second leg. I watched the game. And there just comes a point where you lose your sharpness, you lose your spark. And that's bits of electricity and energy you had when you were 4 or 5 years ago, it just loses. So when I say, no, he's lost that key spark. Now, against a Wolfsburg, of course you do it. This is elite. You're going up against one of the best defensive sides out there. And you just saw that he was out of his depth, completely out of his depth. So it makes no sense whatsoever in 2019 to call Lewandowski an elite striker because he's scoring all those goals in the Bundesliga. No, that's a part of crap. Wait, easy. Wait, let me land. Yeah. I am not. Don't give me anything about service. I saw instances where Lewandowski was one-on-one with Matip, one-on-one with Van Dijk. He had one-on-one situations where bad control, lost possession, out-muscled, and was not able to go. And as people have already mentioned, the Lewandowski of 5 years ago, he makes that quick run. He quickly gets there. His movement isn't as quick and isn't as sharp as it was 3-4 years ago. So I'm sorry, it's as painful as it is to admit he is right now a brick. You've got to call him a classy brick. You've got to just call him a classy brick.
First of all, yeah. No. Let me tell you this.
All
Let me remind you, yeah. Like how many strikers, just a sole proper poacher or center, striker, yeah, have scored more than 10 goals in last 3-4 seasons in Champions League, 3 seasons in Champions League. You tell me.
Wait, let me answer your point, man.
Wait. No, because Muntar asked me the question. So, Muntar, my key to this is that, and for people who listen to the football court, I keep on saying this. It's not how many you score, it's when you score. That's the key. That separates the elite from the riffraff. I don't care if you score 5 against Rosenborg or like Young Boys. Champions League quarterfinal. Champions League semi-final.
But
second round.
But from this game,
yes.
How can you just analyze? Lewandowski flop. You can.
It's not just this game though. So this is why I got to come in because you were comparing to Aguero earlier. But how many semi-finals has Aguero had? How many chances he had in the semi-finals? Lewandowski's had 6 or 7 semi-finals in a row,
took his team
and he's not performed.
Who took the team to the semi-final? Took the team to the semi-final.
Let's never
guys, one at a time. So I'm going to go to forward, Muntaha, then Hazem. Let people speak, because if we talk over each other, people listening will not be able to hear what the hell is being said. So when anyone speaks, let them speak so the audience can hear. Forward.
Again, my point is very simple, and any rebuttal to this is irrelevant because Lewandowski's had multiple opportunities for Bayern Munich. We're talking just about Bayern Munich here. In semi-finals, against Real Madrid, against all the top teams, Atletico, Barcelona, and time again, he's flopped on the biggest stage. This was his last chance to prove himself, and once again, he flopped. There it is. He's finished. Story's over.
Muntaha.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to respond to my brother forward. Yeah, he scored against Barcelona in 2015, second leg.
He was poor that game.
Easy, no forward. I said let him speak.
Brother.
My apologies.
He did his job. Look. He did his job. Yeah. Look, you cannot just watch each and every player from the glasses of Cristiano and Messi. No, they will come up and score something, immediately. No. This is come on, man. Lewandowski needs a kind of services because he look. We all witnessed how many services like Aguero got last season. Good, like he was scoring goals, bunch of goals because of services. Look, the way people are saying, oh, James Rodriguez, oh, this guy is such a huge talent, such a huge name, Thiago Alcantara, but they are not at the same level right now in current 2019. So,
yeah, but
directly
okay, so
I'll just take 10 seconds more. Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is that directly, blame Lewandowski for this. Oh, it's from no. This is quite naive, man. I can, come on, man.
Very.
All right,
cannot just-
okay. Let me take. I'm gonna go to Hazem, then
Here
Juju.
comes the eulogy.
Yeah, first of all, you can't just completely discredit all the goals he's scoring in the Bundesliga just because apparently it's some kind of bad league. First of all, in the Bundesliga, this team set up defensively against Bayern. You see, Bundesliga are able to set up really well defensively against Bayern. Every team sets up defensively. So the fact that he's top scorer is not some kind of joke, yeah? Second of all, that he kind of flops in semifinals, which he doesn't actually. Well, people are just looking at it through one scope. But who took the team to the semifinal? Time and time again, he's one of the top scorers in the Champions League, and he takes Bayern to those semifinals. If not him, Bayern wouldn't literally be in those.
What big teams have they beat on the run to the
Okay. No. All right. Okay.
None.
All right, Juju man.
And the one mistake I think Hazim and Munta are making is they're blaming the teammates, but we're saying that Lewandowski has had his chances and he keeps missing them. So it's like there's literally no excuse. Like we just like you can't blame anyone. He's missing the chances. I mean, I like Lewandowski until like today. I have no excuse. Like he has to prove it. Like there's no excuse. You keep missing. Like. He's a bum. Like he kept missing. Like what am I supposed to do?
Talk about today's game, current game. What happened?
Even his all-round play, it wasn't better than Fabinho's today.
Today, like let's be honest. Matip. Let's be honest. Matip is no like a legendary defender.
He just kept on fouling him. He just kept on.
No.
Barca.
No, but Matip had controlled him. He controlled him.
He just fouled him.
He didn't foul. He didn't score. He did his job.
That's because of no service. Get it through your thick head.
No, you can't
Are you
say.
retarded or something?
Look, you're deflecting. You're saying no service. He had his chances. That's the fact. He had chances.
Give me one chance where he
missed.
Wait, guys, chill.
You can't. I'll finish.
No, guys, everyone chill out, guys, because again, that's also getting out of hand. Let me just go because we have other matches to talk about. But let me just
one more point, Double H, before
very
I'll
briefly.
Look.
Keep it very brief.
Yeah, look, because there's no if the facts are he missed his chances. There's no argument. I mean, you can insult all day. He missed his chances. We can't act. We watch the game.
Wait, let me just end this now. Basically, if you want to be seen as elite, I am going to set the benchmark high for you. People who are elite, I can't give you excuses. If you're an average player, if you're tier 3, tier 2, oh my gosh, you get given more and more excuses. The higher that you rate yourself, the less excuses you get given. So if Lewandowski, you're seen as, I want to call you the elite striker, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you any kind of excuses. And in the match I watched, Lewandowski had one-on-one situations with Matip and Van Dijk, and he got dispossessed and he lost the ball. So there were opportunities and chances for him. But
because he had no options, and they were also.
Can I finish? Because the Lewandowski of old, his sharpness and his ability would have gotten past a Matip, past a Van Dijk, and created a chance for himself. But because he's lost his sharpness, he's lost his movement, he's no longer as sharp and as swift and as nimble as he once was years ago, he just is not as deadly a striker as he once was. So it is crazy to call him an elite striker when for too many seasons in the Champions League, Bundesliga is not elite. Champions League is the elite club competition. If you're not doing it in the Champions League, you're not elite.
He stopped scoring the Champions League.
Simple as that.
Let me just put the nail in the coffin. Let me put the nail in the coffin. In the 2013 final, the fraud let Gundogan take the penalty instead of himself. And last year, in the three-peat, is Lewandowski's fault alone because Bayern dominated us at home, and he got so many chances, and he squandered them. So if you're a Madrid hater, and you hate the three-peat, it's Lewandowski's fault. Blame him.
Before we move to our final game, I think,
Red.
I'm not. Wait, guys, easy, guys, because we're moving on. So on
just 10 seconds.
No.
Just give me 10 seconds, bro. Please.
10 seconds, okay. Briefly.
Yeah. Look, Red, the way you are saying, he missed the chances against Real Madrid. Bro, you're talking as if he's playing against Leicester City. Come on.
An elite striker scores against whoever it is. It doesn't matter if it's Madrid, Barca, Liverpool.
Okay, guys, we're moving on. So, final points on this.
I'm here, HH.
I will.
Barca.
Okay, I know you're there. Final points on this. Excuses. Lewandowski will be inducted into Class C of the Brick Academy.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Give you one last chance. Flopped in the second leg. You are now a classy brick. Final game. Barcelona against Lyon. Let me be real. Lyon gave this a good go. Lyon. So for people who didn't watch the game, you look at the scoreline and be like, my gosh, this was an easy stroll for Barcelona. But no. When Lyon made it 2-1, I mean, because people have been telling me about this whole Ndombele dude and everything. And I'm like, oh, this guy is pretty damn good. And I think anybody watching that game, I'll be very surprised if Ndombele remains at Lyon this summer. That is a quality DM central midfielder that would benefit any team, especially as young as he is, and he will definitely get better. Messi's on a mission. He is on a mission, and this team isn't there yet, but you're looking and seeing that this team is gelling. They're coming together. They're having the understanding. And Messi is the puppet master, bringing in everyone together. So, Barcelona beats Lyon 5-1. Does this put them as firm favorites for the Champions League? Mane?
No, Man City are still in the competition, but they're second for me. They always had a strong team. I didn't think Lyon had a chance to begin with. People talking like Lyon, they had a good game, but Lyon concede a lot of goals. I said that before when the draw was made. That's usually how they lose. They can't defend. So it's only just a matter of time where Barca, a 5-1 is not surprising. So yeah, Barca definitely, I would say second favorites after Man City, and then probably this. But yeah,
can I go? My internet connection is not working properly. So can I please speak quickly?
Okay, go.
Okay, Barca, you can talk.
Okay. So bro, I just want to say we're on a mission. What I saw today is that for me, I would love to play Liverpool. I love to play any team in the quarterfinals. For me though, I'm just so happy about Messi, not only Messi, but I'm happy about Arthur. Coutinho was poor, and Lyon again. They really did give us a tough time, especially when they made it 2-1. We could have done better in terms of closing down. I think we still need to.
So I think that Coutinho should never start.
I think it's time to sell him. I think we've given him way too many opportunities. I think now is the time where he needs to leave because he's a total flop. And I think we just need to improve in closing down on attackers, because that is our main problem in defense, is closing down on attackers. So again, good game, and again we're on a mission. I think whoever we get on the quarterfinals, I'm okay with. Because
so just very simply, are you winning the trophy this season?
I believe we can.
Not I believe. Yes or no? Are you going to win the trophy? Yes or no?
I think yes. Yeah, I think yes. Yeah.
Okay. Forward.
Yeah, Barcelona were impressive. I was disappointed in Lyon, but at the same time,
come on. I mean, what the hell could they do? Did you see like Messi's what Messi was doing? What the hell could they do? How could you be disappointed in Lyon?
So the reason why I was disappointed, yes, defensively they were their normal selves, because they were actually really good in the first leg and they've not really been a good defensive team all season. But going forward, I expected more. Of the minimal chances that they had, I think Depay should have done better. And again, he's not. I mean, ever since he released that mixtape, the whole no love thing, he's been horrible, just absolutely horrible. So I had a big chance at 1-0, and I would have made it 1-1 at the time, but obviously he flucked his line. So I'm disappointed with Lyon's performance. Barcelona, they're a team to be feared, but I don't think they're the outright favorites. I mean, there's no clear favorites. I think they're still missing something going forward, especially when Messi isn't clicking completely. So yeah, we'll see.
Okay, Hazem.
Yeah, man. As I said, the second leg in Camp Nou is Barcelona. They have that in the pocket, and they're not going to let Lyon overrun them. And first of all, I just want to say that the first penalty that was given, I don't think that was a penalty. Suarez really dived and he stepped on him actually. So, but still, overall, it was a Barcelona better performance. Lyon were still playing well. That goal when they came back in was really clutch goal, and just they didn't do enough after they scored that goal. They were a bit too cautious, and Messi killed them on the counter attack. And when you leave Messi that much space, he's going to take advantage of it. And you have to give credit for Messi: hat-trick of assists and 2 goals. Really great performance after replying to that Ronaldo performance. So, yeah, man, great performance for Barcelona, and I think they're going to win the Champions League.
Or basically, before I just go to Juju man, Messi wasn't replying to anything that Cristiano did. That's just this media crap and hype. He was just playing his own game. That's it. Juju man.
Barcelona, is formality. It was an easy game for Barcelona. So, I mean, as expected, they won. And
does this mean that they're the FEM favorites? Is this the statement they needed to make to be the FEM favorites for the cup?
Because there's no favorite in this tournament. There's no favorite. But with Barcelona, if it's the second leg at Camp Nou, I think they have an edge in the draw this Friday. But as for favorites, there's no favorite this time for the first time in decades. I mean, in years.
All right, Muntaha.
Yeah, man. I hate it. First, I just want to say that Barcelona is obviously one of the favorites, and of course they will be favorites. One of the favorites. So man, look, this kind of domination and it was expected, to be honest. It wasn't something surprising, but the way what I see, first half Barcelona dominated them. They wasn't not even giving the time to relax or to close the spaces. No, they were really good. Barcelona was really great side first half. But when start in the second half, when Leon scored the goal, there was a kind of a weird feeling. At 75th minute or 74th minute, Leon can get something. Second goal from this team, and that you're starting what you call Barcelona players are panicking. And to be honest, the ball was intercepted, and somehow Messi showed his magic and scored the goal. But how many times Messi will bail you? That's the question. How many times?
Okay, Phil.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? Wait, what is the question?
Reflect on Barcelona beating Leon 5-1. Does this now make them the FEM number one favorites for the Champions League?
I won't say that they're the firm number one.
Why not? Favorites. Why not?
Because I still think that we still have flaws in our game. We're not that good during set pieces, and also we don't have that good fullbacks too. So a team can
you're
expose
dissing
us.
you're saying Semedo, Sergio Roberto are crap.
Yeah, I don't really trust them against a quality attack. So
you don't have faith in Lionel Messi and what he's doing?
I do, but soccer is a team sport.
It's football. It's not soccer, man. What the hell?
I get.
All right. Okay.
Football is a team sport. You need every person to contribute. So
exactly, Lewandowski was zero.
Same thing. Yeah. So yeah.
Yo, leave Lewandowski alone.
Hazem, we've made him a brick. You don't need to bring him. Nothing you say will remove him from the academy. His papers have been done, and he'll be made a brick tomorrow. I'll make announcements tomorrow morning. Please, Red. Thoughts on the game?
It's expected because Camp Nou is top 3 worst grounds to go to, especially in the second leg.
Yep.
2, Barca. This is what they do. They make you think it's close, and within a 10 to 15 minute gap, they will blitz the team 4 5 goals, and the game's dead. That's it. And you saw in this game, Barca scored 2 right off the bat in the first 20 minutes. Then they took control of the game. Second half, Lyon came out. They were better. They were much better than the first half. Because the first half, I thought they were atrocious. I thought the penalty was deserved because that was a dumb chance to go in. So it was a penalty. But in the second half, Lyon did well, but then they committed too many players forward. And when you give that much space to Lionel Messi, he's going to pick the pass, and it's going to be perfect. And he did what he does. As for the third goal, standing ovation. That was a great goal. So yeah, all credit to Barca, well deserved. And I don't know if they're favorites. It's kind of tough because you got to give Liverpool credit because Liverpool have faced PSG. They faced Napoli, and now they faced Bayern. So they've shown that they can go up against the elite, and they could bring their A game. So I think Liverpool, I think Liverpool probably might edge it, and then Juve is up there as well after what they did to Atletico. So my ranking would probably be Liverpool favorites, Barca second, Juve third.
Damn.
Yep.
Saswat.
Yeah, 2 days ago we did not have any favorites for the Champions League. Now we have 3 favorites: Juventus, Liverpool, and Barcelona. So it's and speaking on this game, I mean, I think this was I expected a 2-1 or 3-1 scoreline, but it's just this is the thing that Barcelona do. Within a space, as Red mentioned, within a space of 10 minutes, they completely blitz team, especially if they're not aware of counter attacks. Which I think this is one of Valverde's ability that no one mentions. This happened against Sevilla, this happened against Tottenham, this happened against Levante, and this I think this in this game as well. So credit has to be given on to Messi.
So does this make them fem favorites?
With the 2 passes.
Does the results make them fem favorites?
There are 3 favorites. There are 3 favorites. Basically, it depends on the draw what they get in the quarterfinals, semifinals.
Okay, guys, maybe I'm thinking, depending, but probably what I may do. Hangouts is going to happen on Sunday, but I believe Friday we have to react. I think we have to react on the day. So I will see all of you guys back here on Friday as we react to the Champions League quarterfinals. So yeah, man, it was eventful. The Champions League is going to be crazy. Inductions were had because they have to be had. And yeah, I will see you guys here on Friday when we will see what will happen in the quarterfinal. Peace out, stay strong, stay black.